Hey guys, the video's about to start, but I wanted to let you know that YouTube recently launched Premiere Videos, which allows me to live chat with you guys as we all watch my newest video together. I can answer your vinyl questions, give you a shout out, and lots of other fun stuff. So it's a really cool feature, and if you want to join us for the next one, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification. That way YouTube will let you know the exact moment we go live. Also, if you guys enjoy my videos and you want to say thank you, super chats are appreciated. If you love vinyl records and music in general, the best day this year to hang out with other like-minded audiophile individuals is Record Store Day 2019. Hey friends, welcome back to Vinyl Eyezz. I'm Jarrett New, and today we're going to check out some cool record shops down in Phoenix and basically see kind of what they're up to for Record Store Day 2019. Now, I'm filming this video on Record Store Day, Saturday, April 13th, but being that I also have to edit this video will be posted either the next day on Sunday or maybe the day after that. But basically, I don't want y'all waiting forever on my next video. I'm sure you guys can appreciate that. Now, before we dive in, today's song of the day is Take It Slow by Phaser Days. Such a chill little track that I've been listening to lately. And if you have a suggestion for a song of the day, post in the comments down below and you might see it in a future video. Okay, so let's head over to Phoenix and check out some cool record shops. Alright, now as we drive to Phoenix, I wanted to let y'all know about some recent developments. So Oliver Christofferson, a fan of the show from Denmark, reached out to me on Facebook and told me he had a bit of a problem. His favorite album, Steroids by Death Grips, is going to be repressed for Record Store Day, but it's only available in the US. So I told him that if I was able to find it, I would buy it for him and mail it over at no charge. I mean, it is Record Store Day 2019 and we should kind of remember to pay it forward. You know what I mean? And plus I haven't done any VCLT in a long time, so I'm kind of due. So being that we gotta find that record for Oliver, our first stop will be Zia Record Exchange in Tempe. Alright, so here it is, and as you can see, it's a pretty big place. I mean, it's no amoeba or anything like that, but it's definitely the biggest record shop that I've seen so far in Phoenix. So let's head inside. Now, when you first walk in, all of the cashiers, vinyl records, and CDs are on your left, and then the DVDs, Blu-rays, books, toys, and video games are on the right. And I also noticed that wherever there was going to be a Record Store Day release, they would put up a colored balloon in that area. So naturally, I started going around to all the balloon areas to see if I could find Steroids by Death Grips. But unfortunately, I didn't come up with anything. So I asked one of the employees, and she told me that they did get 5 copies in, but unfortunately they sold out like immediately. So that's a real bummer. But there is another store that we're going to be checking out a little later, so there might still be some hope, but we'll get back to that in a second. Now, speaking about Zia Records, the shop overall had a ton of cool stuff. They had band t-shirts, tote bags, posters, toys, and lots of other music-related novelties. And as far as the records go, they had all of their crates alphabetized, and they even had this section right here dedicated only to Tool records, which I thought was pretty cool. So basically, I stayed in that area for a little while, and while I was crate digging through the bins, I found this record right here. So this is Meteora by Linkin Park, and it's their second studio album after Hybrid Theory, which you probably see on the wall right behind me. Yeah, right there. So basically, this one has some great songs as well. It's got Faint, Numb, Breaking the Habit, and Somewhere I Belong, which are pretty much all the great Linkin Park songs that I grew up on. So overall, I was really happy to find this one, and I'm really happy to add it to my collection. Now, another thing I noticed was that they also had a ton of CDs. Like, there were several aisles just filled to the brim with CDs. So pretty much anything you've ever wanted on CD, you could probably find it there if you stayed long enough and sort of had the patience to dig through everything. And then on the end of one of these CD aisles, there was also a little table that they had set up just for used cassettes. So I thought that was pretty cool. Now, in addition to all of the music, the other area where I spent a lot of time were the movies. They had just as many DVDs and Blu-rays as they did vinyl records and CDs, and everything was very well organized. So the first Blu-ray I picked up was Nebraska, and basically this is a really cool little heartfelt black and white drama about the bond between a father and his son. I saw it a while back and I thought it had a really good tone and a really nice message, and I really liked it, so it'll be good to see it again in HD on Blu-ray. Now, while I was digging through the horror section, I found two more really awesome films. The first one is The Conjuring, which you should definitely see if you haven't already. Although it came out like a few years ago, I watched it like the other day on Netflix and it basically freaked me out. So that's kind of how you can tell if a horror movie is good or not. If I'm still thinking about it a few days later, then it's definitely one I'm gonna want to add to my collection. And now I finally can, so I'm really excited to get freaked out again. So the last horror Blu-ray that I picked up was Pumpkinhead, and when I first saw this thing on the shelf, I just knew immediately, like instinctively, that I had to get it, because this is a film that I think I saw a long time ago on VHS from Blockbuster, and to be honest, I don't really remember much about it, other than the fact that there's this spooky looking creature from the front cover. So I'm really excited to sort of revisit this one again after all these years, and it's gonna be great. I'm gonna make myself a nice pizza, I'm gonna put this on, and it's gonna be a fun night. Now, speaking of food, I was getting a little hungry at this point, so I left Zia and headed out to a local In-N-Out in Tempe. And I gotta say that the food there was about the exact same quality as what I'd expect to find in LA. Also, if you want the fries a little crispy, all you gotta do is ask for them well done, and when you do that, they're really, really delicious. But, anyways, getting back to record store day, being that we're still looking for that record for Oliver, let's head over to Stinkweeds in Phoenix. Okay, so the first thing you'll notice when you get there is that their main entrance is actually in the back of the store. So basically, you're gonna have to drive through the Dutch Bros Coffee parking lot and then make a left and then make another left into their parking lot. So when I first got there, this whole parking situation kind of confused me, and that's why I'm letting you guys know in this video so that you don't accidentally drive past the place and then have to circle the block like I did. So anyways, I had just walked in and I started to have a look around when I was asked to be interviewed by a journalism student from Arizona State University named Ricky. Basically, he was there doing a video about Record Store Day and why it's, you know, such an important event for everyone who loves music. So we did the interview, it went great, and I just kind of wanted to take a moment in this video to sort of give him a quick shout out. So Ricky, if you're watching, here you go. Hey guys, so we're here at Stinkweeds Record Shop in Phoenix, Arizona, and I just ran into Ricky here, who's got a specific assignment for his school. Tell me about it.
That's right, so I'm right now covering Record Store Day here in Phoenix, Arizona. I walked into Stinkweeds and I was thinking, who can I interview, who knows a lot about records? And then of course I see this guy with his Keep Spinning shirt on, and then we just did a full-on interview about a project I'm doing covering Record Store Day here in Phoenix.
Cool. Well, it's great to meet you, man.
Of course, thank you for doing the interview.
So
it was
guys,
so much
you
fun.
might see this guy on YouTube pretty soon.
We'll
he
see
loves
what
vinyl
happens.
records. Really cool interviewer. Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
Take care, everyone. Peace. Alright, now after the interview was over, I had a quick look around the place and I noticed that unlike Zia Records, which had a lot of floor space, Stinkweeds is basically like one large room with a ton of music packed from floor to ceiling. It was actually pretty cool to see how much music they were able to fit in such a small place. And although there were several other people there, it never felt crowded or anything like that. It was just, you know, comfortable and cozy. Now, the first record bin that I went to was the Death Grips section, and although they did have some of their other albums in there, they didn't have Steroids. So unfortunately, we struck out on this one, Oliver. So sorry about that, man. Maybe you'll still be able to find it online, but just to warn you, there's probably going to be some horrible eBay flippers on there, so just kind of make sure to watch out for that. Now, another thing I wanted to mention is that this year, apparently Crosley, my favorite brand, was going to be selling a tiny record player that could play 3-inch records. And they were also going to be doing several releases on 3-inch vinyl. So although the concept of that kind of seems interesting on the surface, the turntable itself was going to be $60, which I think is a bit high for something that might break in less than a year. But that's just my opinion. Also, it doesn't even matter because I didn't even see those 3-inch turntables displayed at either record shop, nor did I see anyone else carrying one. So, did anyone actually buy one of these things? If you did, drop me a comment down below because I'm really curious about that. Now, getting back to Stinkweeds, after poking around a little bit, I discovered a wall of cassettes near the back of the shop. And they were all brand new cassettes, which I thought was really awesome. So, long story short, I picked up this one right here. This is the Delvon Lamar Organ Trio, and this is a live recording from their show at KEXP. Now, these guys are really cool. Their sound is basically like modern jazz funk. It's fun, it's fresh, it's lively, and if you've had a long day, if you put this on, it'll just instantly make you happier. Trust me. So if you guys have not heard of the Delvon Lamar Organ Trio, or D-Lo 3 as they're also called, definitely check them out because you're really gonna like them. Now the final record I picked up was Brian Eno's album Ambient 4 on Land. And if you guys have been watching my videos lately, you'll already know that I'm a huge fan of ambient music. And as much as I'm always talking about Robert Rich all the time, this guy, Brian Eno, basically invented the genre. So this record in particular is deep, it's dark, it's mysterious, and basically I think it's really beautiful. Have you guys noticed a theme here? I tend to like movies and music that are a bit darker in tone because, I don't know, I guess I just think that there's a lot of creativity that comes from that place. You know what I mean? So anyways, on that uplifting note, overall, I had a great time at Record Store Day 2019 in Phoenix, and other than not being able to find that Death Grips record for Oliver, sorry about that, dude. I was still able to find some really great stuff that I'm really gonna enjoy listening to. Now, what do you guys think about Record Store Day? Did you happen to go this year? And if you did, what did you pick up? Let us all know down in the comments below. And if you love vinyl records in general, but still haven't subscribed yet, be sure to click this red button so you won't miss out on the new videos. And most importantly of all, friends, have an awesome day. And as usual, keep spinning that vinyl.